Hey, Adam, I'm good. Thanks so much for getting me on. And yeah, I'm excited to be out here. We're just minutes away from first pitch here at Caswell Park for Chisago Lakes taking on Benilde St. Margaret here in their first round matchup that got switched around a little bit. It was switched from early yesterday to late last night, and then it got moved to this morning. So bright and early, we're up and at 'em, and I couldn't be more excited. Maybe I thought I was going to get a little bit extra time to sleep, but that's okay. I'm happy to get up early and be out here to broadcast this game. There's nothing like being at the state tournament for softball, especially when it's this nice out. You got no clouds in the area. It's nice and bright. It's supposed to be pretty warm today as well, so I'm excited. Surprisingly not. As much rain as we did get yesterday, there is no lake, so no standing water, which is great. It looks fields have been done up great, and it should be a great day for softball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would. But, yeah, for Bram, they'll be playing at 1:30. You'll be joining me for that one, so looking forward to that as well. All right, sounds good to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That was Adam Hefty there getting us on the airwaves here this morning as we get ready for Chisago Lakes versus Benilde St. Margaret's here on our KBEK and our YouTube. It is audio only, though, on our YouTube, so if you do click that link, remember it is audio only. Thanks so much again to Adam Hefty, cutting into his front porch morning show here today, but for good reason. And I know he understands that. We're here at the state tournament for some softball action today. And again, as I mentioned, you can't get much better than you do this morning. It's already bright, sunny, no clouds really in the area to speak of. And so we are just minutes away from first pitch here. Pretty good crowd out here for early morning. There's still people piling in, but still a pretty good crowd here for, 8:17 in the morning, so not too bad of a crowd for this early in the morning. Again, if you're listening to us on the airwaves, it's 95.5 FM KBEK, again, cutting into Adam Hefty's Front Porch Morning Show a little bit this morning, but we appreciate him for allowing us to do that, and we'll also have games later today. Now, the interesting thing with this game is... we're not real sure what time they're going to play next. There is some differentiating between when they're going to play next for Chisago Lakes, if they win or lose. At least last I checked. They were still wondering if they were going to play at 1:30 or 5:30. Now, obviously, that creates a little bit of a kerfuffle because, 1:30 would mean that we would be into the Bram game. So if that were to happen, we would have Adam Hefty down here anyways to help along with that. So if that's the case, him and I would just be doing separate games, but he would be down here for the Bram game nonetheless. But if that's not the case, if Chisago Lakes wins or loses, they could play at, 1:30 or 6:30, it says now. And if that's the case, if they were to play at 1:30 during the Bram game, then what we would do is he would cover the Bram game, I would cover the Chisago Lakes game once again, and then if Bram wins or loses, they would play, win or lose, at 9 p.m. Now, I know they're trying to get everything in today, and just to make sure that, they get all of the things covered. But, man, oh, man, I tell you what, 9 p.m. for a game. I've never called a game that started that late, so that'll be interesting. But either way, I'm Ethan Game Day going out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota, getting ready for this softball girls state tournament here. Class 3A clash between the Chisago Lakes Bulldogs and the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights. What a name. You got... quite a few names for the Scarlet Knights of Benilde St. Margaret. It is a mouthful, that is for sure. But Chisago Lakes winners of Section 7 3A. Benilde winners of Section 6 3A. Chisago comes in as the number 2 seed. Benilde as the number 7 seed. Chisago Lakes 19-4. Benilde 12-12, and even 5 record. I was looking at this last night, and you didn't have any teams that were over that 19-win mark except for one, and that was the defending state champions and the favorites this year, the number 1 seeded Mankato East Cougars. So not surprising that they are the number 1 seed once again because of how well they have done and how dominant they have been in softball in this class. Of course, last year we saw this Benilde St. Margaret's team play against North Branch, and unfortunately, North Branch fell in that game. But hopefully, looking for a much different outcome here today. So I think we're going to get our starting lineups. I'm kind of waiting on the PA announcer to say it. I think they're waiting to play the national anthem here. So while we wait and be patient, I'll give you a little bit more info on today. Again, 8:30 first pitch here for this one, and then for Bram it's 1:30. But if Chisago Lakes wins or loses, they'll play at either 1:30 or 6:30. And again, whether they play at 1:30 or 6:30, we will have both Bram and Chisago Lakes for you. Don't worry about that. We will make sure to have both of them on the airwaves. So, yeah, great day for some softball. We look like we could be headed toward our pregame announcements, our starting lineups, and our national anthem. I think that's what we're going to do. Well, either way, it's a good time for us to take a moment to hear word from our fine sponsors. So while we do that, or while we wait for the announcements, we will take a commercial break and hear word from said fine sponsors as you're listening to Class 3A State Softball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch is the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top-of-the-line pitching machines, or bring the whole team to the 4,000 square foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch, air-conditioned, top of the line, local. Find Here's the Pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets. Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to...
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM. Not that we don't want to hear that commercial twice, but got a little bit of an error there with the commercial playing app, if you will. So we're going to get that fixed before we continue. But either way, we're out here. They, I guess, are experiencing a little technical difficulties on the main field. So they're waiting to get that resolved before we get going. So a little bit of a pause here before we get set to go in this Class 3A state tournament matchup between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights. As game day again when I'm out here in Mankato at Caswell Park for two of our local teams here today. Chisago Lakes, the first one, and then Bram will be playing later on this afternoon at 1:30, and then I'll be joined by Adam Hefty for that game. Again, Chisago Lakes, win or lose, will play at either 1:30 or 6:30, and if they play at that 1:30 time slot along with that Bram game, we will still have that game, ladies and gentlemen. We will still have that game. We just we'll have to make something work where Adam will cover the Bram game and I will be here at the Chisago Lakes game. But if that's not the case and they decide to play at 6:30, then both Adam and I will be on that Bram game, and I will be on the Chisago Lakes game at 6:30 as well. And then Bram, whether they win or lose, they're going to be playing a late night game. And I don't mean just under the lights at 7 o'clock. No, I mean a late night game. They're going to start, win or lose, at 9 p.m. tonight. Crazy, but hey, we got to get these games in. Because of the postponements yesterday due to the rain, we got, I think, 2 postponements yesterday, and then they just finally decided to say, all right, the fields are just not in good enough condition to be able to hold these games right now, so we're going to push them back to tomorrow, and they're starting bright and early today at 8:30 a.m. And hey, I'm not complaining. Whatsoever. I'm happy to be out here. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more sleep, but you know what? It's a hotel. You know, it takes some time to kind of get used to it. First night is always rough in the hotel room, but I'm excited to be out here. Looks like the fields are, pretty good. I don't, again, as Adam asked, there are no lakes on the field, so Yeah, I'm not seeing any standing water, so it looks like they did a really good job of getting these fields game ready and making sure that the teams were set up in the best possible way for this, well, today and this afternoon and this evening. So we are going to continue to buy some time as, again, they here at the fields, they're experiencing some technical difficulties that we're waiting on to get the pregame started for each side. So while we do that, looking at some of the seniors here for Chisago Lakes, good senior group. Ruby Fassbender, she is one of the seniors. She's a manager, but you always got to give the managers credit. Chloe Ruza, one of the outfielders for this team, along with Anna Zaruba, a pitcher and plays first base. Addison Turner, and along with Melena Larson. Those are the few seniors on this squad. But as I've mentioned with Adam, if you've heard Adam and I talk at all about our local area for really any spring sports, we're really in a good spot for spring sports, whether it be baseball, softball, track and field, golf, boys tennis. I haven't seen too much on lacrosse just because, unfortunately, we can't get out to too many lacrosse because of we only have a limited amount of people to get out, but hopefully eventually we'll get out. But if you've heard Adam and I talk anything about the local area for spring sports, we have an infusion of youth, kind of. But it's not just youth. It's not just like we've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores coming up next year or juniors. No, this youth that we've got, not only is it kind of bringing up a younger group for these schools, but these are younger groups that have a ton, and I mean a ton of experience. So we're not just getting young here in the area, we're also getting this young, experienced groups. And I mean, whether it be the teams that didn't do so well this year or the teams that did really well this year, we're getting a lot of youth that has a ton of experience coming up for these squads. And that just means we're going to have a lot of really, really, really good baseball and softball coming up through the next 3, 4, 5 years, and that's all you can ask for, really, if you're a fan, if you're a broadcaster, because that means, well, you're going to have that many more teams competing for section championships, that many more teams competing at the state tournament, and as a broadcaster, all I can ask for is that we get more and more teams at the state tournament. Now, unfortunately, you can only have one school represented at each class. More than likely, we've got a couple schools that could be represented in different classes, like Foley and Malacca for baseball, softball. They're in a different section than most of our local teams, so we could have two in AA. In single A for softball, we could have two different ones because Bram and Ogilvie represent 4A, while the other of our local schools represent 5A. It's kind of similar. 3A has that with Princeton in 5A, and then North Branch Chisago in 7A. So we could see. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could technically see 7 teams at the state tournament, but that would be, although impressive, very highly unlikely. But that's kind of what we're getting to, is we're getting to a point where our local area could have that just based on the talent that we are not just seeing come and go, but we're seeing reloading with these teams, and that's all, again, you can ask for. If you're coaches, if you're fans, if you're, again, broadcasters, is just to see these programs reloading each and every year, because it's not a rebuild for any of these teams next year, not at all. They're simply reloading with their talent once again, and it's exciting to be able to see these teams be able to do that. We've got some cheers from back away. We're on the fields 5 and 6, so you've got the 4 main fields right at the center, and then if you walk back, 150 feet maybe, you've got fields 5 and 6. So we're technically a little bit separated from the main concourse, but not too bad. You can still clearly see where they're at. You can actually, there's a field right behind us, and if anyone hits an absolute bomb, we're going to be in trouble. But so fields 5 and 6 back a little ways, but not too drastically far. So looks like we've got the site coordinator talking with the umpires. Looks like they're going to have their meetings with the coaches here at home plate. So that means we are that much closer to first pitch here at Caswell Park in Mankato between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights as we get ready and closer to first pitch here at the state tournament. They were set for an 8:30 first pitch. Not going to happen, but that's okay. We'll keep you updated on how that will look. But we are going to get a word from our fine sponsors, so stay tuned as we'll be back after said word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home? Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success. Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home? Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Oh, well, we have our own technical difficulties here. We'll get that figured out, I promise, ladies and gentlemen, whether we have to play them one by one or what, but we'll get that figured out for you so we don't have to sit there and listen to those on repeat one by one for you anyways. So we'll get you that here in just a moment. We'll get you that updated. But as we look at today's game, thank you to all of our fine sponsors that you will hear throughout the broadcast, I promise. We will hear those. And we will, as we hear those, we want to just, again, take this time to thank all the sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. It isn't without them that we can't be out here. So it is a huge shout-out to all of the fine sponsors because, again, without them, we would not be able to come out here and broadcast any of these games. We'll give it one more try. We'll see if that maybe fixed it.
Whether you're trying to stay loose or just trying to tweak your swing, here's the pitch in North Branch as the area's premier batting cage. Get in for some swing time with their top-of-the-line pitching machines, or bring the whole team to the 4,000 square foot practice space. Here's the pitch in North Branch, air-conditioned, top of the line, local. Fine, here's the pitch off I-35 in the North Branch outlets.
The Mushroom Melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the Mushroom Melt and Fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK, and we are ready for first pitch here in Caswell Park. And a Zaruba pitching for the Wildcats. Check swing. I think she fouled it off. Did the leadoff batter for Benilde St. Margaret's, Madeline Murray. So Madeline Murray leads it off for the Scarlet Knights. The next pitch is swung on and missed. And now an 0-2 count for Murray. Good start here for Zaruba. Trying to get a leadoff strikeout. Here's the pitch from Zaruba outside, and trying to get her to swing at something outside, but no take on that one from Zaruba, or excuse me, from Murray. Here's the 1-2 from Zaruba. Swing and a miss for out number 1. So a strikeout here for the first out for Chisago Lakes. And now coming to the plate is number 21, Mallory Held. So Held, she'll be their pitcher today for the Scarlet Knights. Meanwhile, Anna Zaruba with the first pitch. That is in there for strike 1. Get you the defensive lineup here as soon as this next pitch comes. Here's the 0-1 from Zaruba. That's outside. Going to be ball 1. We mentioned Zaruba's the pitcher. At first is Aubrey Perry. Second is Jessica Deidel. Third is Milena Larson. And at short is Kayla Larson. I recognize some of those names from their basketball team. This one's hit right back up to Zaruba. She throws it on to first for out number 2. 2 down now for the Scarlet Knights, and the Wildcats look to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Now to the plate, Brooklyn Riley for the Scarlet Knights.
Now batting, number 4, the catcher, Brooklyn Riley.
So Brooklyn Riley at the plate. 2 down for the Scarlet Knights, and the Wildcats look to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Zaruba with the pitch. And that is low for ball 1. 1-0 count now to Riley. That's Brooklyn Riley. Wildcats coming in as the number 2 seed here in the Class 3A state tournament. Benilde St. Margaret's the number 7 seed. That one is going to be just low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 count now from Zaruba. And Zaruba readies. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and fouled towards the Scarlet Knights dugout. Got a home run on field 6 for, can't tell who that's for, Mankato East possibly. Either way, 2-1 count now for Riley. Zaruba sets and delivers. And that is in there for strike 2. That evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And nobody on for Benilde St. Margaret. Zaruba readies. And here's the 2-2. And she got her swinging at one up in the zone for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Scarlet Knights. No hits, no runs, and no errors there by the Wildcats. And now it will be the Wildcats' turn at the plate as they get their defense started strong early with a 1-2-3 top of the first. As we mentioned, pitching for the Scarlet Knights is Mallory Held, and behind the plate catching is Brooklyn Riley. Then over at first, trying to catch the number, that's number 11. That is Charlotte Jocelyn. Can't quite see who's at short or second. It looks like second is 17. That would be Harper I'm not going to pronounce that last name. I apologize. That is not going to botch it. So we'll call her Harper H. That's what we'll do there. And then at third, I believe, is number 3, Grace Bendixson. And at short, it is, looks like number 5, May Bruning. Then in left, Maddie Murray. Ellie Porich. And in right, Madison Cadlick and Brooklyn Riley. So there we go. We got their lineup. But now, leading off for the Wildcats is going to be number 3, Jessica Diddle. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So Diddle to lead off for the Wildcats here, the lefty. Watches ball 1 outside. And here's the 1-0. Turns into 2-0 as that one is outside as well. Again, Mallory Held, the pitcher for the Scarlet Knights with a 2-0 now for Diddle. That is outside again for ball 3. 3-0 the count to the leadoff batter, Diddle. And that one is ball 4, so she draws the leadoff walk. So leadoff walk here for the Wildcats, and stepping into the plate is number 2, Jessa Laritz.
Number 2, playing left field, Jessa Lyric.
So Laritz at the plate now, runner at first is the leadoff batter. And the first pitch is bunted. Pop a foul into the netting there, and that falls harmlessly to the dirt. So for Chisago Lakes, they get another chance at another lefty here in Jessa Laritz, the left fielder today for the Wildcats. Now a 1-0 for Laritz. Swung at that one, and then the runner down to second on the steal. The throw down was well above the shortstop. She couldn't grab it. So now a runner at second, a 0-2 count for Laritz. No, they turned it into a 1-1, yeah. So I thought she pulled back in time, but I wasn't quite sure. So it is going to be, no, they say 0-2. Scoreboard says 1-1, but the umpire says 0-2. So we'll stay with the umpire. 0-2 count now for Laritz. Here's the pitch. That one's up for ball 1. And that one gets by the third baseman, and that's going to allow Diddle to score on the pass ball. So on a throwing error, Diddle will score, and the Wildcats are on the board first here at the state tournament. An error on the throw leads to Diddle not only stealing third, but then being able to go from third all the way home on the error, and now Laritz with nobody on and a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Held, and that is a strikeout looking for Laritz for out number 1. A tough way to get an out, but at least the runner comes home.
Number 15, the pitcher, Anna Zaruba.
Anna Zaruba, the pitcher, at the plate now. What a top 3 for this Chisago Lakes Wildcats lineup. This is about as good as you can get for a top 3. There are only a few of our local schools, I think, that I can think of would rival this top 3. But like I said, that it will not be for long, as Zaruba hits one between third and short, and that is a base hit for Anna Zaruba. So the first hit of the game comes from the Chisago Lakes pitcher, and she's at first with 1 down. Now to the plate is going to be number 22, and that is Milena Larson. So Larson at the plate now, and they'll get a pinch runner there at first. I did not see the number, so I apologize.
Now running at first base, number 16, Molly Luma.
Molly Luma will be the pinch runner at first. So Luma is at first, the pinch runner. Couldn't quite see it. Couldn't tell if it was a 16 or an 18. Either way, Milena Larson at the plate now. Runner at first, 1 down here in the top or the bottom of this first inning.
Now batting, number 22, third base, Milana Larson.
Milana Larson into the right-handed batter's box. Mallory Held with the pitch. She gives this one a ride. That's going to go foul out of play. Back, and that's into, well, towards the game just adjacent to this one on field 6. As we can go ahead and see what game that is. Meanwhile, Lana Larson at the plate with a 0-1. That one in the dirt, low for ball 1. The runner down to second is in safely. She overslides a little bit, but grabs the bag with her hand and stays there. On the other side, it is Cretin-Durham Hall and Byron. Meanwhile, a steal puts the pinch runner, Loma, at second. A 1-1 count now for Larson. 1-1 on the way, and that's high for ball 2. 2-1 now to Larson. One down here in the bottom of the first. Held readies. Here's the 2-1. And got a piece of it, did Larson. Fouls it into the backstop. And that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, runner at second. And the pinch runner, Loma. Held readies. And here's the 2-2. That one is swung on and hit foul. That one gave a good ride down that third base line, but it just drifted foul. Good spot for that one from Larson, but just drifts foul, and she'll get a chance to do it again with that 2-2 count. Still 1 down, and that runner at second. Looks like we will get a new ball in here for the pitcher. They want to get that one exchanged, so that one, some imperfection on it, and they'll get this one changed to the pitcher so she has a better ball to throw. Still a 2-2, though, for Alana Larson. Here's the pitch from Held. That one is swung right back up the middle. It's going to bounce into the catcher's glove. They're going to send the runner from second. The throw is not in time. She missed the tag. She misses the tag, and Zaruba's going to score on the RBI double from Larson. Missing on the tag was the catcher, and that will add another run for the Wildcats to make it 2-0. And now at the plate is going to be number 7, Annika Malchow. So Malchow at the plate. Still only 1 down, runner at second. And Held with the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Good start here for the Wildcats, trying to protect that number 2 seed here in the state tournament. Had a pretty good run all tournament long. Ooh, this one just does miss Malchow. She jumps over that one, leaps out of the way, pirouettes, if you will. I got there eventually. So it does not hit her, but it is ball 2. So 2-0 is the count to Malchow, and the pitch from Held. That one swung on, popped up on the infield dirt, but the second baseman rolling back, it's down! Oh my goodness, the second baseman lost it in the clouds. It is pretty bright, so you can't blame her, but that will be an error there at second. That will allow her to reach. The run from second moves to third. Now runners at the corners, 1 down here for the Wildcats. So that is going to lead to a, might see a pitching change already. Oh, really? The pitcher gave the catcher the ball. Looks like they're just exchanging it. Okay. I was going to say, you can't. I wouldn't think you'd change it that early. They won't. So Held will just have a meeting with coaches. They will talk things over on how they want to go about getting this one done. Because now at the plate will be number 11, and that's Rylan Shepik. So Shepik, the catcher, at the plate. Runners at the corner, still only 1 down. This is pretty impressive for Chisago Lakes, but obviously a error there at second. But again, it's not like it's it's an error, but man, with one that high and the sun beating down on you, you can't blame her too much because, man, that's unfortunate. Now the Wildcats are going to do the double steal. The runner from second is tagged out for out number 2, but the runner from third reaches home, and the throw was not in time. So although it will be 2 outs, the Wildcats now have 3 runs on the board. And I think it was a 1-0 for Shepik, and now a conversation. So, conversation here between the umps. I think they're going to talk and conversate about, did she get the tag at home? And one umpire is saying out, I think. So, well, she will be safe after the conversation. So they do get that runner at second on the steal, but the double steal allows Milana Larson, to steal home, and it's 3-0. 0-1 count here for Shepik. Shepik, a bouncer to short. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. Well, 2 hits and 3 runs cross for the Wildcats. 1 error there by the Scarlet Knights of Benilde St. Margaret, and that is going to do it for our first inning of play here at the state tournament. The Wildcats go into the second inning leading 3-0. And we'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors here. Nice 95.5.
Join us June 14th for a day full of free outdoor experiences.
Oh, I was there last year, and I'm going again.
Join us for the free youth outdoor experience at the Gopher Rifle and Revolver Club in Harris, June 14th. Come for the axe throwing, exhibits, clay pigeon demos from the fire department, arts and crafts, 2,000 ears of sweet corn. There's really too much to mention. And kids that sign up before May 31st get a free t-shirt. Register now.
It's easy to sign up. There's a QR code on the Facebook page.
Get the QR code today. Visit Long Spurs of Sunrise River.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it does sound like a fun time. You can go find out more info on their Facebook page and you can sign up there. Kids who sign up, that's a little old. Kids who signed up, there we go, past tense. Kids who signed up before May 31st got in for not only free, but they also got a free t-shirt. You can still sign up and get in for free. Lots of stuff going on there for the Long Spurs. So top of the second, leading off for the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights is number 10, Cecilia Hansen.
For the Red Knights, number 10, second baseman,
Cece Hansen. And the first pitch there to Hansen is in there for strike 1 from Zaruba. Here's the 0-1. And just off the plate for ball 1. So 1-1 is the count here for Hansen, and the pitch from Zaruba swung on and just over the pitcher's head. A slow roller to second. The throw on to first, though, is in time for out number 1. Now to plate, Charlotte Jocelyn, the first baseman for the Scarlet Knights.
Now batting, number 11, first base, Charlotte Jocelyn.
Good job by the second baseman, just attacking quickly.
The first pitch is in there, but just missing the zone for ball 1. So I think I've got Harper, the number 17, second baseman, Harper Woolraby, or Woolrabe. I think it's Woolraby, though. Woolraby. It's one of those ways, but I'm just going to call her for now Harper W. So now a 1-1 here for Jocelyn. Pitch on the way, swung on, right back to Zaruba. Throw on to first in time for the second out. Nothing but grounders and strikeouts so far for Benilde St. Margaret. And now 2 down here in the top of the second.
The designated player, Harper Woolraby.
Woolraby is her name. Woolraby. Everyone kind of says it together. This one is swung on to the third baseman. The throw on to first is in time for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning. No hits, no runs, and no errors there by the Wildcats. And we now move to the bottom of this second inning.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
So that will be it for the top of the second. The Wildcats make quick work of the Scarlet Knights. So a dominant first part of this game for the Wildcats. 1.5 innings down, and man, they have been on top of it here so far. They are just really kind of showing their strength here early on, with leaving no doubt, really. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up for the Wildcats, but leading it off is going to be number 13. No, number 19. Aubrey Perry. I apologize. Number 19. Aubrey Perry That one is in there for strike one. Perry, the first baseman, leading it off for the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes. The 0-1. Oh, swung at that one. High and outside for strike two. That one, just a good pitch there, though, from Held. You got to give Held credit there because that was a really good-looking pitch. Confused Perry. Here's the 0-2. And Perry gives that one right. That's just over the shortstop into the outfield. Oh, and then it gets under the outfielder's glove. And Perry going to try to get into second, and she is in there safely before the tag. So a single, and then what winds up being two bases, but a single is how it'll score in the scorebook. That winds up being two because of the ball getting underneath the outfielder there. So runner at second is the leadoff batter. And now to the plate is number 5, Annika Smith.
Number 5, right fielder, Annika Smith.
Annika Smith watches that one outside for ball one. Again, recognize some of these names from their basketball team. Here's the 1-0. Late swing and miss there on that one for Smith, and that'll make it a 1-1. Runner at second is the leadoff batter. Annika Smith at the plate, a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, missing on the bunt attempt. And that will make it a 1-2 count, and they keep that runner there at second in Aubrey Perry. She got a good lead there at second, but unfortunately nothing doing. And now a 1-2 count for Annika Smith, trying to advance that runner at second. She'll have to swing here with that 1-2. Got a piece of it and fouls it out of play down the first base line. So it will remain a 1-2 count here for Annika Smith. Wildcats have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second, looking to add on with that runner already in scoring position. Here's the 1-2 to Smith. She just again got a piece of it, so a good battle here by Annika Smith to keep herself alive, give herself another chance there at the plate. As she readies once again with that 1-2 count, Held moves back to the pitcher circle. Held readies, and here's the pitch. Got a piece of it, but that's going to roll foul down the first base line. Wasn't sure if that one maybe was going to spin back into play. The spin kept it moving out of play down that first base line. So, again, Annika Smith keeps herself alive with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch again. This one is popped up towards left. The runner, it is just caught by the shortstop. That's a pretty good grab. That nearly popped out, but she holds on for out number 1. So one down now, and to the plate is number 10, Chloe Ruza. Playing out in center. So one down now, still that runner at second. And Ruza into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Watches that one just above the letters for ball 1. Oh, a 1-0 count now for Ruza as, again, runner at second, that leadoff batter, Aubrey Perry. Out there with a single and then a little bit of a fielding error. This one is hit to the shortstop. The throw on to first is in time, but the runner from second moves up to third. So another play there by the shortstop to get out number 2. But the runner now at third, and we're back to the top of the order with Jessica Deidel. And remember, she walked last time, eventually came around to score. Diddle watches this one, swings. Oh, and it's just going to get by the second baseman. It's an RBI single for Jessica Diddle. And now add another run to their lead to make it 4-0 Chisago Lakes with a 2-out RBI single for Diddle. So now Jessa Laritz to the plate. She struck out looking in her first at-bat, but maybe get some more 2-out runs going here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the second inning. Game day Gilman out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota for the Class 3A state tournament. They're going to send the runner down to second. The throw is off, but did they get her in time? Oh, she did. They're going to say she got her in time. It was a close play there, but they're going to say the tag was there. And she is out, trying to take second. So that's how the second inning will end. 2 hits, 1 run there for the Wildcats. And they leave a runner. Well, she didn't get stranded. She got thrown out there trying to take second. So that will move us to the 3rd inning of play here at Caswell Park. And we will return after a word from our fine sponsors as you're listening to this game here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
And we're back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Getting set for the top of the 3rd inning. Game moving along pretty quickly here. I was surprised at how quickly it was moving. So leading off for the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights is number 23, Eleanor Porish. She will lead off for the red and white. They are wearing their all whites, the red letters and numbers. The the red belt, the red socks, the red cuff of the sleeves as well. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. Swing and a miss there. Good start for Zaruba. Here's the 0-1 from Zaruba. That one is swung on and hit into the net for strike 2. Oh, 2 now for Porish. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, hit right to the first baseman. She gloves it, steps on first for the out. That is a ground out to third unassisted for out number 1. So 1 down already here for the Scarlet Knights. Into the plate is number 3, Grace Bendixson. Playing over at third. Here's Zaruba with the first pitch on the way. That swung on and into the outfield, and that's going to be the first hit here for the Scarlet Knights of Benilde St. Margaret. A single there for Bendixson. And now into the left-handed batter's box is number 5, May Bruning. Bruning into the, oh no, she's going to into the right-handed batter's box.
Number 5, playing shortstop, May
Brining. So Brining, you can never tell with some of these spellings sometimes. English is weird. But meanwhile, runner at first, 1 down. May Brining at the plate. The first pitch to her is, outside. They try to throw down to first. It's going to be a throwing error, and that's going to allow her to get to second. So the catcher trying to make a play, but with that, a throwing error allows the runner from first to move into second, Grace Bendixson. So now the runner at second, 1 down, and May Brining has an open bag to get to. I'm not sure about that play. You might want to, I don't know. I think there you probably hold on to it, but you like the aggressiveness. Here's the 1-0 to Brining, and that's going to get through the infield. And not only is it going to get through the infield, that's going to score a run. And not only is it going to score a run, it's going to allow Brining to get into second. Well, the Wildcats, I think, trying to do too much right now. Will wind up being an RBI, and then because the throw home off the mark, it's going to be 2 bags for May Brining. And we're back to the top of the order. Madeline Murray to the plate. So runner at second, 1 down, and a run scores here for the Scarlet Knights. Just a little too much I think the Wildcats are trying to do here. Got to settle back into this one. So here's the pitch from Zaruba. Late swing and miss there by Murray for strike one. Zaruba had her guessing, to say the least. It is full here at the state tournament. Trying to show bunt. I think she bunted it foul. So that will make it an 0-2 count now for Murray. She went down swinging in the first inning as out number one. 2 hits here in the top of the third for the Scarlet Knights, and 1 run has already scored. Runner at second, 0-2 count for Murray. Zaruba with the pitch. Tries to get her to take at one outside, not doing. Might have been high as well for ball one. 1-2 count now for Murray. Here's the pitch from Zaruba. That one is swung on and hit into the fencing, and that'll keep the count 1 ball, 2 strikes for Murray. We'll be out here almost all day, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll be here for Bram's game at 1:30. Chisago Lakes, win or lose, will play at either 1:30 or 6:30. We'll keep you up to date on that. This one again swung on and hit foul. So yet another one foul there by Murray, just keeping herself alive, but again, not bad if you're Murray. For Zaruba, as a pitcher, that's got to be frustrating. You think you're giving her, a good pitch to maybe swing and miss at, but just continues to stay alive. And she takes that one, tries to get her to chase one, but she does not, and that's going to make it a even 2-2 count for Murray. So Zaruba, Murray with a good battle. Here's the 2-2 from Murray. Again into the netting for a foul ball. Murray just staying alive at the plate, going deep into this at bat. I think we're towards 7-8 pitches now in this one, maybe even closer to 10. So here's the battle continuing. 2-2 from Zaruba. And another one fouled off by Murray. Got to give Murray credit. She's keeping herself alive, and the longer you do that, the more you force Zaruba to throw. And unfortunately, if you're Zaruba, you're just sitting there thinking, man, why can't I get her out? So you're just looking at it and saying, okay, sooner than later. 2-2 now from Zaruba once again. This one's in there, and that's going to get her looking. And Zaruba's got to be telling herself, finally. So 2 down now. Mallory held to the plate. The pitcher for the Scarlet Knights at the plate. Runner at second, 2 down. And the Wildcats look to hold the Scarlet Knights just to the 1 run. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and hit out towards shallow right. It's going to get down. Oh, no communication out there. It's going to wind up being an RBI single. Oh, no. I was kind of questioning what the second baseman was doing out there that far, and I think that should have been the right fielder's ball. The right fielder's got to be a little bit more aggressive on that. Well, that's going to get down and score a run, so now it's 4-2, and all of a sudden this game has changed. Brooklyn Riley at the plate, and what was once a 4-0 lead has really turned its tide here in the top of the third. A not great inning for the Wildcats. Again, just feels like they're doing too much. There's not enough communication either. Bit of we'll get this. Communication issues for the Wildcats in this top of the third. Meanwhile, Riley hits that one foul into the netting, so now an 0-1 pitch from Zaruba. They just look to get out of the inning and kind of erase it. This one hit right to the second baseman. Didn't field it cleanly, but she picks it up and throws it on to first in time for the third out. So not a great inning, but it ends there after 3 hits and 2 runs cross. And an error there. So an error there for the Wildcats, but that will finally end the top of the third, and the Wildcats look to get their offense going once again as they gave up 2 runs here. They'll look for their offense to get going. It will be their 2, 3, 4 batters due up. Not a bad spot to get these batters up to the plate here for the Wildcats, as Again, they need to add some more runs back onto their lead. They are at a 2-run lead, but again, it definitely coulda, shoulda, woulda been still a 4-0 lead. But again, a little bit of communication issues out there in the field. Some maybe just doing too much in the field a little bit as well. Allowed for an error and a couple of balls that dropped that maybe shouldn't have. You could argue that they probably shouldn't have, but either way, they still hold on to the 4-2 lead, and I'm sure the coaches are just saying, hey, let's forget about that. Now let's get going on offense. You got to be positive in this situation because it's still early on in this one for both teams, but we're here for Chisago Lakes. We're here for Chisago Lakes, not any other team. So for Chisago Lakes, you just got to stay positive. Just got to continue to tell the ladies, hey, that's 1 inning. Let's forget about it. Let's move on. And let's get our offense going. Let's get these runs back. Meanwhile, showing bunt and pulling back is Larrett's, as it is in there outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. This bunt right back to the pitcher. The throw on to first is just in time for out number 1. Would have liked to see that one maybe roll down first base a little bit more, but good play there by the pitcher, held for the Scarlet Knights. 1 down now for the Wildcats. Anna Zaruba to the plate. Zaruba will step into the right-handed batter's box with 1 down and nobody on. Here's the pitch, and that got her. So that gets her on the ankle, and she takes it like a champ, and she is moving down to first. They're going to get that pinch runner in there, and again, the pinch runner is Molly Loma. Loma will be the pinch runner at first. Don't forget, you can always catch us anywhere you're at, whether it be in Minnesota, outside of our listening zone, in different states, different countries even. You can catch us on the nice 95.5 mobile app. Download it in Google Play or the Apple Store. This hit from from Larson. Milana Larson is swung on and hit right to center field for out number 2. So 2 down for Annika Malchow, and a less than ideal bottom of the 3rd for the Wildcats. That one is low for ball 1, but the runner at first will stay as it was in the dirt a little bit. Good job by the catcher, though, to hold on to it. Held, readies. Here's the 1-0. That one swung right back by the pitcher, and the runner from first has got a chance at moving into 3rd. The throw down the 3rd is not going to be there. Good slide, and because of the throw to 3rd, Malchow moves to 2nd on the base hit. Great base running there by the pinch runner, Loma. Just recognizing that she had the speed to get past 2nd and into 3rd. A beautiful slide, too, around the tag. And then, again, just heads up running by Malchow as she realizes, hey, with that throw, I'm going to get into 2nd. So now with 2 down runners at 2nd and 3rd, it's Rylan Shepik with a chance to add on to this 2-run lead for Chisago Lakes. 2 down runners in scoring position. That one is in there for strike 1, though, to Shepik. She grounded out as the last out in the 1st. She's looking to change that up here a bit. Oh, she did get a piece of it and fouled it back. She checked her swing, but that was a little bit over the plate, and it got a piece of it, so it fouls it back, and now 0-2 for Shepik, as again she tries to change what she did in the 1st, grounding out for the 3rd out. 0-2 on the way, and that good take there from Shepik, just wasting one, is held, and Shepik does a good job just to watch that one go by. 1-2 count now for Shepik, held, readies, and here's the pitch. That's going to be ball 2 on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Shepik. Again, runners in scoring position with 2 down, looking for a little bit of a 2-out rally here are the Wildcats. 2-2 on the way. That's inside, and that will run the count full. Full count now for Shepik. Walker, a base hit would be huge. Shepik. And that one's ball 4. So a good job by Shepik, being patient there at the plate. And with the walk, it loads the bases here now for Aubrey Perry. Last time she was at the plate, it was a single, and she came around to score as the only scorer in the second. A base hit here, man, could get those 2 runs back. Got a piece of it, did Perry, and fouls it off. Well, that'll make it an 0-1 count. If she got a little bit more of that one would have been going a ways. And we might still see her running. 0-1 now, and Held with the pitch. Ooh, good looking pitch there from Held. Got her swinging. And now that makes it 0-2. And if you're the Wildcats, man, a strikeout here would, I feel like, would take away a lot of energy. Here's the 0-2, though. Got it. Roller to the pitcher, and the throw on to first in plenty of time. Well, less than ideal. And the Wildcats will leave the bases loaded. 1 hit, no runs, and no errors by the Scarlet Knights. So our score remains 4-2. The Wildcats still hold on to the lead, but only now 2 runs as we move forward to the top of inning number 4. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Back here for the top of the 4th inning. The 4, 5, 6 batters due up for the Scarlet Knights. For the Wildcats last time they saw the 4, 5, 6 batters. That was in the 2nd inning, and it was 3 groundouts for 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. Scarlet Knights, though, man, they that 3rd inning was theirs. They won that 3rd inning, and they're looking to do the same here in the 4th. But the Wildcats looking to get back to that sensational defense that they've had all year long and try and make it another 1, 2, 3. Meanwhile, first pitch is outside for ball 1. From Zaruba. And here's the next one into Cece Hansen. It is swung on and hit foul down the, over the Benilde dugout. So now a 1-1 count for Cece Hansen as she leads it off for the Scarlet Knights. 1-1 on the way. A soft roller to first. Easy pickup and step on the bag for out number 1 for the first baseman, again, unassisted. So 1 down here for the Scarlet Knights. And to the plate is Charlotte Jocelyn.
Number 11, first base, Charlotte Jocelyn.
We're tied in that Byron Cretan-Durham Hall game, 1-1. And checking her swing is Jocelyn. And, oh no, they're going to say she went for strike 1. So the umpire behind the plate looked to the umpire at first, and he said she went. And now this next pitch is in there. Swing and a miss by Jocelyn, and it's quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Zaruba. Swing and a miss, and it's the 4th strikeout of the afternoon, or 5th strikeout rather. No, 4th, I was right. Jocelyn swings and misses for out number 2, but the 4th strikeout for Zaruba. And now Harper Woolrobbie to the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Zaruba kind of settling back into how we've seen her play in the 1st and 2nd inning and hoping for another 1, 2, 3 inning. First pitch, though, is outside for ball 1. That one just did get a piece of it, did Woolrobbie, and will be a 1-1 count So again, the Wildcats gave up those 2 runs in that last inning. Just looked like they were trying to do just maybe a little too much here and there. This one nearly knocked down by the pitcher. It gets to the second baseman, and that is going to be an infield single. It won't be an error. She slowed it down, did Zaruba, and then the second baseman there in Deidel almost got it, but they just relaxed, let it kind of roll, and realized that she's only getting it first. So now to the plate is Eleanor Porish for the Scarlet Knights. Runner at first with 2 down. So they won't get a 1-2-3. It looks like we'll get a pinch runner here at first. Maybe. So it will be Isabella Rolfson, I believe. If my eyes are correct, it would be Isabella Rolfson or Kaya Ragnerud. But I believe anyway, it's Isabella Rolfson. Keep you up to date on who the pinch runner is. Meanwhile, though, at the plate is Eleanor Porish. 2 down and a runner at first, and Wildcats just hoping to get out of this inning and not allow a 2-out rally. That one's in there for strike 1, though, to Porish. So it is 22. It's Kaya Ragnerud. 0-1 for Porish. That one's inside for ball 1. A 1-1 count now for the number 7 batter, Porish. 0 for 1, grounded out back in the third, but that was only the start. They went to go on to get 3 hits and 2 runs. This one swung on and foul into the netting. And that'll make it a 1-2 count now for Porish. Benilde St. Margaret back here for the 2nd year in a row, representing their section. Wildcats representing the section that North Branch did last year for their first state tournament appearance. Here's the 1-2, and that one may have stuck in her hand a little bit, or she just wasted it. One of the two. Either way, it is ball 2 to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at first. And the Wildcats try to finish off the top of the 4th with this pitch from Zaruba. And the throw down to second is going to be in plenty of time. And they got her. The umpire down there likes the dramatics, and I love it. I'm all for it. So they get the runner stealing from first. Woolrobbie is tagged out. So they do get the 1 hit, but no runs and no errors from the Wildcats. And that's how the top of the 4th finishes, with the runner getting tagged out on the attempted steal at second. Bottom of the 4th, 4-2, the Wildcats with the lead here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The Wildcats look to add on to their 2-run lead, slim 2-run lead. This has been a good one. You know, it was the first inning, 2 innings was all Chisago Lakes. Then in that third, it really turned itself on its side with the Scarlet Knights getting 2 runs on 3 hits. And again, the Wildcat defense just looked really out of sorts, but they were able to turn things around, get it back in their favor. And not quite a 1-2-3 inning, but close enough. Don't forget, later today, Bram going to be playing. And they'll be right here on these airwaves on KBEK, nice 95.5. Against Chisago Lakes, winners of Section 7-3A, they allowed 1 run through the entire playoff run. 1. That was to Rockridge in their section championship. That had to go extra, and Chisago Lakes wound up winning it in the 9th or 10th inning, 2-1 with a bases loaded 1-out situation. So they were able to get the win there over Rockridge twice, but they only allowed 1 run in their entire section playoff journey. And that was to Rockridge in the section championship. Can you believe that? Chisago Lakes just pure dominance through the section tournament. I mean, it was, man, I don't think they were the number 1 seed if I remember. I think they were the number 2 or 3, but man, or no, they were the number 1 seed. What am I thinking? Good grief. I'm thinking of a different section for another one of our local teams. They weren't the number 1 seed, but man, did they go through and plow through the playoffs. That was Rush. That's who I'm thinking of. Rush came in as the number 3 seed, went through to the section championship, but fell to Esco. Meanwhile, leading it off for the Wildcats is Annika Smith, and It's a 1-1 count as she watches the pitch go high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and again, I recognize some of these names from their basketball team. That basketball team, man, for Chisago Lakes is going to be fun to watch in these next few years. They're going to be dominant, to say the least, because they are young, and I think, one senior this year coming up for 2025, so going to be a ton of fun to watch. Can't wait. 2-2 now for Smith as she fouls that last pitch off, at least according to the scoreboard anyways. Looks like the umpire going to go give this ball back to the dugout. Looks like that might have been Chisago's ball, game ball, so he'll give it to them as he maybe has plenty in his pockets. 2-2 for Smith, and that one's high and outside for ball 3. That runs the count full, 3-2 for Annika Smith. Here's the pitch from Held, and that one down the third base line. That's going to be a tough play at first, but no, she's safe. The first baseman did not have her feet on the plate, and because of that, she is going to reach. She got it in plenty of time. The throw was there, but her feet were not. Her feet were off the bag, and she shuffled to try and get them on, but a great run by Annika Smith to beat it out, and I think that will wind up being an error. We'll wait. Chloe Ruza at the plate. Bunt down the third base line. That is, well, the third baseman, I think the third baseman next time will leave that one go a little bit because that one rolled. She picked it up. You could have argued that she picked it up while it was still fair. But that just rolled foul, and good bunt there by Chloe Ruza. Again, we'll wait and see what they score that Annika Smith play, but I think that's an error. Throw on to first is in time, so a ground out there on the bunt for out number 1, but that does move Smith to second. 1 down, runner at second, and we turn the order over. Now back to the top of the order for Jessica Deitel.
Now batting, number 3, second base, Jess Diddle Hayfler.
Oh, they say Diddle. So the PA announcer says Diddle. So here's the pitch from Held. That's outside. That's going to roll to the backstop, and that's going to allow Smith into third on the pass ball. Pass ball brings her to third, and now 1 down and a base hit brings the runner home for the lefty Diddle, Jessica Diddle, that is. She is 1 for 1 today, an RBI single back in the second. Meanwhile, the next pitch to her is high for ball 2. So quickly a 2-0 count now for Diddle. Here's the pitch. That one is right to the left fielder, but it's down for a base hit. You can't ask for a better hit there from Diddle. It's an RBI single, and the Wildcats finally get a run back and make it a 5-2 lead. So the Wildcats will be pleased there to get that run back, as, again, they gave up those 2 in the third and now just get one of them back. Jessa Laritz will be at the plate with that runner at first and only 1 down. Lefty watches that one go high for ball 1. (1-0) for Laritz. And pulls back on that bunt attempt again, and that's going to be ball 2. Great job there by Laritz to recognize the spot of that pitch and pull back in time, knowing that it was not going to be in the zone for a strike. So now 2-0, pitch on the way from Held. And that one is in there for strike 1 as she just misses on the bunt attempt. Well, she's got the speed to do it, and that third baseman is creeping up a little, but with the speed she has, she might be able to beat it out as she creeps up a little bit more. Again, pulls off on the bunt attempt, and it's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike now for Jessa Laritz with that runner at first and only 1 down. (3-1), and here's the pitch from Held. Pulls back again on the bunt attempt. That runs high, and that's ball 4. So Laritz draws the walk. Runners at first and second, still only 1 down, And now to the plate is Anna Zaruba, the pitcher. Hit a single in the first, then was hit by a pitch in the third. Made it all the way to third, did her pinch runner anyways, after the bases were loaded. Quick conversation between the umpires from home plate and third. And now Zaruba into the batter's box. That one inside for ball one to Zaruba. Wildcats wearing their white jerseys, the green letters and numbers outlined in that Wildcat gold, the forest green pants, the white socks. That one is ball two to Zaruba, as that one's high and outside. Still 1-1 score between Cretin-Durham Hall and Byron. In the field adjacent to us. Can't quite see what's going on in the main four fields, but we'll keep you posted. This one is now 3-0 for Zaruba, as that one's high. And now the Wildcats have shifted things back in their favor as they're getting into the head of Held a little bit. And she's starting to struggle just a tad. The 3-0 is going to be 4-0, as that is ball four. So once again, the Wildcats have loaded the bases, but this time with only one out, and to the plate is Milana Larson. She hit a RBI double back in the first, came around to score, and so for the Wildcats, this a big spot, and now get that courtesy runner in, and of course, that is Molly Loma. Loma. I've heard it both ways. Molly Luma. Luma. I'll get it down. So the... Looks like, are we possibly getting a new pitcher here? Yeah. So it looks like we'll get a new pitcher here for the Scarlet Knights, and while they get her warmed up, we'll take a quick commercial break.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Well, it was not a new pitcher. She just got a few warm-up throws, and I don't know, maybe she got hurt. Hopefully not. This one, that one is pile drive down to left. It is gone! A grand slam for Milana Larson. Milana Larson over the left field wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Milana Larson here at the state tournament. Wow. That one never stood a chance at staying in the field. That one was mashed by Milana Larson, and all of a sudden it is 9-2. And that is why I say Milana Larson at that spot was probably the best spot that she could have come in. That is exactly what you were hoping for if you're the Wildcats. I mean, you simply can't ask for better. 4 RBIs there. Wow. And now another base hit. Malchow is going to reach on a base hit. Back-to-back hits here. One for a grand slam. This one for a single from Annika Malchow. And now all of a sudden a 9-2 lead is quickly could turn into more. One down still for the Wildcats. They'll get a pinch runner there at first. That's going to be number 17, Alexa Thorson, another member of that basketball team. So Thorson at first for Malchow, and now Rylan Shepik at the plate. Was part of that bases loaded situation in the last inning. Nine to 2 is the score with the Wildcats on top. And Shepik watches that one go outside for ball one. Well, the Wildcats came into this one with a 4-1 lead, or 4-2 lead, excuse me, but with that last grand slam by Larson, it has really opened this gap. 9-2. 2-0 here for Shepik. Pitch on the way from Held, a swing, and that one is going to be fouled back by Shepik. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Malchow, her pinch runner is at first, and her pinch runner is Alexa Thorson. One down still for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A 2-1 count for Rylan Shepik. Here's the pitch. And that runs high and outside for ball 3. 3 balls to 1 strike for Shepik. And the pitch from Held. Swung on, and that's going to leave the infield. That's going to roll all the way to the fence, and they are going to send the runner from first. She's going to come around to score. Shepik is into third safely. Well, I don't know if that would be considered an RBI triple because of how that one kind of got stuck in the fence there, but we'll give it to her. RBI triple there from Shepik, and now the Wildcat lead is 8. 10-2 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. The Wildcats now lead, and they look to continue this run here with still only 1 out. They're about to bat around here. Aubrey Perry, the only batter who hasn't seen the plate this inning. Here's the pitch, and she lays off that one. Gave a little bit of a twitch, but did not go around, and that's a 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0. This one is swung on and popped up. Out of play, and that will make it strike 1. So Perry is at the plate with a 1-1 count. Still only 1 down. Runner at third. And here's the pitch from Held. She thought about it, but again watches that one go low for ball 2. 2 balls to 1 strike now for Aubrey Perry at the plate. The only batter who hasn't seen the plate in this inning. Whether she gets out or gets a hit, we're back and we're going to bat around for the Wildcats. This one swung on and hit foul down the third base line. Just foul, too. But that'll even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Aubrey Perry. Don't forget, on these airwaves later on, we'll have Bram taking on Obasso here at 1:30. Meanwhile, this one is swung on and hit towards right field. It is going to be caught, but the runner from third is going to tag, and she is in safely on the sacrifice fly from Aubrey Perry. So another RBI here on the sac fly. And that makes it 11-2. Wildcats, 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. Now, I don't know state tournament-wise if the 10-run rule comes into play at the 5th inning, but if that were the case, the Wildcats would need 1 more run. Pitch here to Annika Smith, who started the inning, is inside for ball 1. So, yes, the Wildcats have now officially batted completely around as we're back to the young lady who started off the inning, Annika Smith. She gets this one a ride foul towards her own dugout. That should be 0-2, I believe. Meanwhile, over Creighton-Durham Hall and Byron, one of them has a 2-1 lead. Not sure who is the home team over there. Probably be pretty easy to see. Probably just look at who is the higher seed. But we got this one to go to. This one swung right back up past the pitcher. She knocks it down. It gets to the second baseman. Throwing to first is not in time. Ooh, that was close, but she is going to beat it out. So again, she reached at the beginning of this inning, but wasn't. I think it was an error. Not quite sure if it was an error. I think it was an error. We'll probably call it that. So once again, a runner at first here for the Wildcats. Now 2 down, and back at the plate for the second time this inning is Chloe Ruza. 11-2, the Wildcats with the lead on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. This might be a pinch hitter. It is. It'll be a pinch hitter. That'll be number 8, and that is Sienna Ritter. So Sienna Ritter will be the pinch hitter here for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats for Chloe Ruza. Meanwhile, we've got a problem with third base. Third base looks like it came off, or at least they took it off to fix it. Looks like it may have been a little bit funky over there. Well, yeah, third base is, they're working on third base right now. Not sure exactly what happened, but that'll give us time for a word from our fine sponsors.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1990.
We'll get back to that A&W ad in just a moment, but they have officially fixed third base, and we're getting ready to get back to the action. 2 down, runner at first is Smith. The pinch batter is Sienna Ritter with 2 down. She looks at the first pitch that is low for ball 1. Game day Gilman out here at Caswell Park in Mankato, Minnesota for the softball state tournament. We've got 2 of our local teams here this afternoon. Well, today, this afternoon. Chisago Lakes being one of them and Bram the other. Chisago Lakes, win or lose, will play at either 1:30 or 6:30. They're not sure yet. Hopefully it's at 6:30. That way we don't have any interruptions on the Bram game. Meanwhile, 2-0 now to Ritter. Here's the pitch from Held. That is in there for strike 1. 2-1 is the count for Sienna Ritter. And swinging and missing on that one for strike 2. A heater there by Held. Even count 2-2. And here's the pitch. Oh, and that gets her. That hits her. And she is hit by pitch. So, runners now at first and second, and now back to the top of the order for Jessica Diddle. Well, Diddle, so far today, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, and a walk back in the first. Not a bad outing for Diddle, if I say so myself. 2 outs still, but more opportunities for some 2-out runs. That one swung on right back into the netting. I would have had it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. Would have had it. Chisago Lakes, again, pretty dominant through their postseason run so far. Allowed 1 run through their entire section playoffs. That was to Rockridge in the section championship. That was it. They've allowed 2 here in this game, but have since answered back in a big way here in the 4th. This one, a grounder. That gets past the second baseman. They're going to send their runner from second. The throw home is not in time. And with the throw home, the runners will move to second and third. So another RBI single from Diddle, brings home a run, gives another one to second, and she moves in, or to third, and then she moves into second with the throw home. So still 2 down, and now to the plate. Larrett's to the plate with 2 down. Runners in scoring position. And this team is up 12-2. This one, though, popped up towards the shortstop, and she's going to grab it for the final out. Well, damage was done here by the Wildcats. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. 6 hits. 8 runs. They do not count that as an error. So no errors there by Benilde St. Margaret. And it is 12-2, the Wildcats with the 10-run lead. Now, again, I don't know if the 10-run rule comes into effect here at the state tournament. We'll keep you updated, because if this game ends, well, then it does. So either way, we're moving on to the 5th inning, and the Wildcats lead 12-2 on that Embrace Orthodontic score. We're back after word from our fine sponsors.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
And we're back on Nice 95.5 KBK. Don't forget, take us anywhere you go, whether it be in Minnesota, in the United States, overseas even, with the Nice 95 app. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play and download the free Nice 95 mobile app on your smartphone or Apple device. Meanwhile, coming up, the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Scarlet Knights. Eleanor Porish. I do believe the 10-run rule stays in effect for the state tournament, so 3 outs is all the Wildcats need. And this one, the first pitch to Porish is in there for strike 1 from Zaruba. Zaruba has been dominant in all but 1 inning. That was the 3rd where she allowed a couple runs, but that was it. 0-1 on the way. That one is mashed towards center field, but the center fielder is on it and makes the grab for out number 1. That one, good hit, but stays in the air a little too long, and the center fielder, Ruza, is under it for out number 1. Grace Bendixson to the plate. 1 down. The Wildcats look to finish off this game and move on to the next round in the winner's bracket. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt, bouncing to the catcher for ball 1. Nice job by Shepik to block that one, even though she really didn't have any need to. Still keeping herself sharp out there at the catcher spot. Meanwhile, the 1-0 is swung on and missed. And now 1-1 for Bendixson. Wildcats looking to move on to the next round of the winner's bracket. If that's the case, they would take on the winner of Byron and Cretin-Durham Hall. Again, at either 1:30 or 6:30. 1-1 on the way from Zaruba. This one swung on and hit to the third baseman. Oh, it bounces. Hits the third baseman in the hand, and she comes up. Ooh, that got her in the finger. Hopefully she's all right. But it's going to wind up being a base hit for Bendixson, so they keep themselves alive with that base hit. And now May Brinning.
Number 5, shortstop May Brining.
Brining. So 1 down, runner at first. Zaruba with the pitch, double play ball to second for 1. Yeah, they got her. Just got her. And wow, that is not an easy play. Milana Larson, for Pete's sake, I'll get her name. Milana Larson got that one, bobbled it a little bit, then the throw to second. Diddle makes the grab and got the bag just in time for out number 2. So it will be 2 down. The runner reaches on a fielder's choice. And now Madeline Murray is there and hits a single as that one leaves the infield. Well, runners at first and second now for the Scarlet Knights. Mallory Hell will now come to the plate. 2 down. And runners at first and second. 1 out is all the Wildcats need to finish this one off.
Number 21, Mallory Hell.
So Zaruba trying to finish it off for the Wildcats and get her team to the next outing. That one swung on. Uh-oh. That leaves the infield. And the runner does get to third. She stepped off the bag, but luckily she got back in time. Well, that's going to load the bases with that base hit from Held, and all of a sudden, this game not over. Brooklyn Riley now to the plate, and they're going to have a word with Zaruba just to kind of talk about, hey, don't worry, we're confident in you. You're going to finish it off. Just stay calm and get your pitches there. Give credit to the Scarlet Knights. A lot of teams could, lay down and maybe not give up, but give in of sorts, start to hang their heads, but they are not going to do that. The 10-run rule close to in effect, but they are saying absolutely not. We're still in this. So, head coach Brenda Carlson comes back to the dugout after a word with Zaruba. Meanwhile, again, it's Brooklyn Riley. Strikeout and a ground out so far, and base hit will keep this game moving to the third at least, or to the sixth. Unless the Wildcats would score one more. But that's all if, could, would, should, because we got to get through this at-bat of Brooklyn Riley. She watches one go by for strike one. Zaruba comes back, and here's the 0-1. Oh, no! It gets under the second baseman's glove. Well, there you go. RBI single. That extends the game. Well, less than ideal there for the Wildcats. Now what you want to see, because that also keeps the bases loaded. So it started out as a great inning, but has since just, again, I don't think it's so much just not great play from Chisago Lakes. I think it's just good hits from Benilde St. Margaret. You got to give them credit. Here's the first pitch to the batter, bouncing from C.C. Hansen. Throw down to first, and that's going to be the final out. Well, you wish that would have came a lot sooner. About 2 at-bats ago, but, well, that's going to do it. So they'll have to at least play this bottom of the fifth. The Wildcats get 1 run. It will be over. So we'll move on. And the Wildcats need 1 more to score, but 3 hits, only 1 run, though. And they did have that error there, did the Wildcats. Well, we'll move to the bottom of the fifth. They'll need 1 run, and they'll hope to get that here and give themselves a nice break before moving to the next game. Again, because that next game would be at either 1:30 or 6:30. They're not sure yet. If they win, they'd play the winner of Cretin-Derham Hall and Byron. Yeah, they're still not sure at what time that's going to be played. And then if they were to lose that game, they play in the third place game tomorrow here at 12:30. Or if they win, they'd play again at the state championship game at Jane Sage Cowles Stadium on Friday at 11:30. And the Wildcats, just to tell you how dominant they've been, again, reminding you, they gave up 1 run. That's 1 single run in their playoffs, in section playoffs, to Rockridge in their section championship before winning 2-1. That's how dominant this defense has been. Giving up 3 runs here to Benilde St. Margaret. Meanwhile, we're going to see a new pitcher here for Benilde. It's going to be Eleanor Porish. And the catcher, first pitch swinging, gets that one in there for a base hit. So Zaruba leads off with a base hit. I think we'll see a pinch runner. We will. And that, of course, will be Molly Luma. I'll get it. It's early, folks. I'm hot. No excuse. Alana Larson at the plate. A grand slam her last time up. She's going to lay down a bunt. The throw to first is in time, but the runner does move. Now, that's an interesting tactic. That is an interesting tactic. I would have liked to seen Larson maybe swing. She hit a grand slammer last time up, but they instead say, you know what, we want you to just advance the runner. We want you to have the difference of what you can do. Annika Malchow at the plate, hit a single last time out, eventually came around to score. Runner at second, and 1 down. She chops this one foul right behind home plate. And it's an 0-1 count. And 1 down for the Wildcats. 12-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. And that one is out. So going to be in there for strike 2. Malchow held off, and I thought it was a good no swing, but it is in there apparently for strike 1. And the 0-2 is swung on and fouled into the netting. So keeping herself alive, Malchow with the 0-2. And 10-run rule could be put into effect if they score that 1. But this one going to be high and outside for ball 1 to Malchow. So bottom of the 5th, 1 down, runner at second. 1-2 count for Malchow. Here's the pitch from the new pitcher, Porish. And that one going to go, and it's going to force Malchow to leap over it. And she manages to do just that, and that's ball 2. So 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Porish. And that is outside, which will allow that runner into third. So pass ball allows the runner to get to third, and now 1 down, a full count for Malchow, and a runner at third. Base hit will end it. But can't count on it. You cannot count on it. Benilde St. Margaret has just continued to keep themselves in it. Here's the pitch, and that is ball 4. So she draws ball 4. A good battle there at the plate by Malchow, and now to the plate will be Rylan Shepik. An RBI triple back just last inning. Runners at the corners now for the Wildcats, still only 1 down.
Number 11, catcher, Rylan Shepard.
So here we go. Porish is the new pitcher for Benilde St. Margaret. His pitch is high, and they're just going to allow the runner into second. So Malchow will easily take second. They're not even going to worry about it. So she takes second, opens up first base for the batter Shepik, and this one is hit. And no, it was a ball that went foul, and they're going to keep the runner at third. So Zaruba's pinch runner is going to stay at third. They're going to keep Malchow at second with that. It's a 2-0 count now for Shepik. That is low for ball 3. So in danger of loading the bases once again are the Scarlet Knights, but Shepik, I think, wants to put one into play and get that game-winning run home. This one's inside. That's ball 4. So she won't get that opportunity. Instead, she will load the bases, and now Aubrey Perry to the plate. Sac fly RBI last time out, and sac fly here would do all the wonders because it would finish off this one. But let's see what Porish has in store for Aubrey Perry. That one going to high and throw home. No! And that's going to do it. So the throw home was off the mark, and that will do it. So the error allows the run to score, and that is going to do it. So 1 hit, 1 run, and it is the game-winning run, and that will do it. So that's going to be final here in this one. The Wildcats get the victory 13-3 over Benilde St. Margaret. We're going to take a commercial break. Be back after a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to State Softball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Brand Bombers.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Game day Gilman out here at the softball state tournament at Caswell Park in Mankato. The Wildcats win their game against Benilde St. Margaret's 13-3, the 10-run rule after 5 innings. So the Wildcats starting pitcher Anna Zarubo went 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, and 4 strikeouts with no walks or hit by pitches. My player of the game, though, for the Wildcats is definitely Milana Larson. She had 5 RBIs, plus that grand slam in the 4th. I mean, just a power hitter. She had that RBI double back in the 1st, the grand slam in the 4th, and then even she just grounded out here in the 5th, but advanced the runner, which eventually became the game-winning run on an error throw home. So a 13-3 win here for the Wildcats, and they will be moving on to face the winner of Cretin-Durham Hall and Byron, either at 1:30 or 6:30 later today. So we will see. Let's see, looking at the bracket, they'll play. If they play at 1:30, they'll play right back here on Field 5. If they play at 6:30, they will play on Field 1, but that all depends on, I think, how everything else plays out as well. So we'll keep you up to date on that. Again, they will play at either 1:30 or 6:30 later today on Field 5 or Field 1. We'll keep you up to date on that, and a good way to stay tuned to that is our Facebook page. We will have that updated for you on our Facebook page, so stay tuned for that, and we will keep you up to date as to when that one will be. Again, it will either be at 1:30 or 6:30 this evening for Chisago Lakes, and they'll play against the winner of Byron and Cretin-Durham Hall. Right now, looks like it would be, who's the lower seed? Byron has a 4-2 lead over Cretin-Durham Hall right now, so it looks like Byron could try and win and meet up against Chisago Lakes later on today. But again, for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats, a 3-run first inning. It was really good. It was a walk there for Diddle, then a strikeout for Laritz, and then here came the runs with a single from Zaruba, but then it was an RBI double from Larson, and then an error allowed Malchow to reach, but that also scored a run. The second inning, they were able to score 1 run on 2 hits, an RBI from Diddle. And then the third inning, although they didn't go 1-2-3, it just didn't feel right. Something was off. They just, the communication in the field was not great. They tried to do a little too much in the field, and just were not playing Chisago Lake softball. But then in the 4th, things really turned around. They only allowed 1 hit, and then they got that runner out trying to steal second. Then they would proceed to get 6 hits in the bottom of the 4th with 8 runs coming off of those 6 hits. They would add 1 more run here in the 5th, which would be the game-winning run to make it a 13-3 win for the Wildcats over the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights. So for the Wildcats, they wait, and either wait a little bit or wait a while to see who they will play later today. Cretin-Durham Hall or Byron, they will play at either 1:30 or 6:30. And again, we'll keep you up to date, and a good way to do that is our Facebook page at KBEK, or Nice 95.5 KBEK. So stay up to date as like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do, because we'll keep you up to date that way as to when they will play. Also, stay tuned. At 1:30, we know that they're playing at 1:30. The Bram Bombers will be playing here against Wabasso at the state tournament at 1:30. Adam Hefty will be joining me for that one. That'll be at Field 2, so we'll be part of the main concourse over there. Bram did get the number 4 seed, Wabasso the number 5 seed. So if win or lose for Bram today, they'll play at 9. So we'll be there for that one for you. But again, for the Wildcats, they'll play the winner of Byron and Cretin-Durham Hall at 1:30 or 6:30 today. And that is going to do it for me. Ethan Game Day Gilman, stay tuned. Be back here on Nice 95.5 at 1:30 for Bram taking on Wabasso. But again, you can stay tuned to our morning shows on this channel with Adam Hefty on the Front Porch Morning Show at 7:30 and 8:30, or on 100.9 FM with Josh Ramirez on 7:45 and 8:45 to catch your local sports updates. Also stay tuned to both of our websites, kbk.com and wcmpradio.com. For all things local sports, you'll get the a broadcast schedule up there for WCMP and KBK. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. It will show you all the links that we have for the games coming up that week. Of course, that is subject to change. Also, we'll have interviews with coaches and players up there and articles from games that we've been at. Also, stay tuned to those Facebook pages and Instagrams for both stations, plus our Twitter at WCMP Radio. So like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. If you're listening to this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube. That way you're notified every single time we go live with a local sporting event. And we appreciate all of you fine listeners, loyal listeners, for continuing to tune in. Appreciate you. It means the world to us. And again, because you tune in, we continue to get to come out here because, well, people are watching and listening. So if you continue to do that, we have a job to do. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. We appreciate you. Couldn't do it without them. We wouldn't be down here if we didn't have them. We appreciate them. Again, the Wildcats beat the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights in 5 innings, 13-3, and we'll play the winner of Byron and Cretin-Durham Hall at 1:30 or 6:30 p.m. today. We'll keep you up to date. Again, stay tuned, Facebook page for that. But otherwise, that is going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. For now, tune back into this channel at 1:30 as Bram will take on Wabasso in their first round of the state tournament. Wildcats beat the Benilde St. Margaret Scarlet Knights 13-3 in 5 innings. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and tune back in right here at 1:30 for Bram and Wabasso.